Welcome to the Self-Care Savage podcast. Self-Care Savage is a term I've coined that combines elements of self-care in a more assertive and bold approach, taking care and growing self-worth. On the Self-Care Savage podcast, we will explore how self-care and self-worth are always in the driver's seat in all parts of our lives, in how we act and react to life. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Self-Care Savage podcast. I'm your host, Scott, and today we're diving into a topic I think we can all relate to because let's be honest, the holidays can be tough. They're supposed to be about family, joy, and connection, but often they bring up some of the most challenging situations we face all year. There's family dynamics, generational conflicts, expectations from all sides, and then the sheer stress of everything we pile on ourselves. But here's the thing. We don't have to let the holidays derail our hard-earned self-worth and peace. As self-care savages, we protect our peace fiercely and keep a solid grip on our self-worth no matter the season or situation. Today, we're talking about navigating those holiday gatherings with family, friends, and partners while staying true to yourself. We'll cover common challenges, strategies for setting boundaries, ways to respond to triggering situations, and some practical mental exercises. And along the way, I'll be sharing some insights and resources from experts in the field. So let's go. Let's jump in. Okay, let's talk about some of these common holiday challenges. The holiday season brings a lot of people together that can mean a lot of personalities and a lot of history in one room. And we've all seen how generational differences can stir things up. According to psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula, generational gaps can trigger conflicts because each generation has different value systems shaped by their unique experiences. When you mix those different ways of thinking, from the boomer mindset to the more modern perspectives of millennials and Gen Z, you get this gap that sometimes feel like it can't be bridged. Then there's this thing that happens where family roles get reestablished. You can go from being a grown adult back to feeling like you're the youngest kid or the black sheep again, all within a few minutes of being around family. It's easy to feel small or inadequate, even if you've worked hard to build up your confidence. Psychotherapist Amy Moran writes that family roles often stick because people get trapped into seeing each other in past versions of themselves. When this happens, our self-worth can really take a hit. And it's not just family. Friends and relationships are put to the test too. Balancing time between families, partners, friends, it's a lot of people to make happy. As Psychology Today points out, this time of year is intense for relationships, especially when expectations are high and there's only so much time to go around. So yeah, it's a tough time, but as self-care savages, we're here to show up strong and grounded, and today we're going to get into some tips for doing just that. All right, let's get into some self-care savage tips and strategies for maintaining your self-worth. First, let's talk about boundaries. I'm a big believer that boundaries are not walls to shut people out. They are lines we draw to protect our peace. Therapist and author Nidra Glover Tawwab says, healthy boundaries are not about shutting people out. They are about setting up a system to take care of yourself first. When you set boundaries, you're telling yourself, hey, I deserve respect. I deserve to feel valued, not just by others, but by myself as well. One boundary might be avoiding topics that tend to spiral, like career expectations or relationship status. If someone keeps asking you why you're not married yet or why you don't have kids, it's okay to say, I appreciate your concern, but I'd rather not discuss that. You're not obligated to give a reason or justify yourself. Just respectfully redirect. Now, let's get into some mental exercises for keeping and protecting that peace. Here's one I like. Before you even get to the event, do a little visualization exercise. Dr. Elizabeth Scott, a wellness coach and stress management expert, suggests visualizing yourself in a peaceful bubble to help create an emotional shield. Picture yourself surrounded by that peace bubble. Imagine being in that challenging family setting and mentally rehearsing how you'll keep your cool. It's a great way to prepare your mind for staying calm before things get heated. Then there are affirmations. Try something like this. I am deserving of respect and peace. Or I honor my journey and my boundaries and my self-worth. These affirmations are similar to what Dr. Kristen Neff, a pioneer in self-compassion research, recommends. Repeating these to yourself can remind you that your value is non-negotiable no matter what is happening around you. Okay, let's talk about some more. Let's get into some more. These are great. I also recommend setting up recharge breaks if you can. Step outside, take a breath, and recalibrate. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that taking short breaks can reduce stress and help you regain focus. Even a few minutes of fresh air can clear your head and give you a moment to regroup before heading back in. Another great tip, remember your values. Brene Brown, who researches courage and vulnerability, reminds us that clarity of values helps us stay true to ourselves, even when we feel pressure from others. If you know what matters to you, whether it's family, health, or self-care, keep that in mind so you're not compromising on what's important just to please everyone else. All right, one of my favorite things, journaling prompts. When it comes to journaling, here are a few prompts that might help. Journaling expert Katie Dalebout suggests using prompts like these to stay grounded and connected to yourself. Number 1, what do I value about myself and how can I honor these qualities during family gatherings? Number 2, what boundaries would help me feel more respected, calm, and valued this holiday season? Number 3, when I leave this gathering, I want to feel and list out some emotions. What steps can I take to feel this way? These questions keep you connected to your worth and grounded, which is everything during the holidays. All right, let's get into handling those holiday triggers. It's inevitable. Someone's going to say or do something that pushes your buttons. Instead of getting caught up in that, let's be prepared. So here's some tips on anticipating triggers. If you know you're going to get asked something personal or sensitive, plan your responses. As Dr. Susan David, author of Emotional Agility, recommends, it's helpful to know in advance how you'll react to specific triggers. Instead of getting defensive, try saying, I'm just focusing on myself right now. You don't owe anybody an explanation beyond that. Here's some body language tips. Your body language is also key. Dr. Amy Cuddley's work on body language and confidence shows that standing tall, maintaining a calm demeanor can boost your sense of control. Stand tall, keep your arms relaxed, and make calm eye contact. This shows confidence and control, even if you are feeling a little rattled inside. Breathing deeply and staying open in your stance can send a message of calm that says, I'm here, I'm present, and I'm at peace. I really love this next section. Reflective strategies to protect your peace. When the day winds down, it's helpful to take some time for end of the day reflection. Psychologist Dr. Robert Emmons, who researches gratitude, suggests listing 3 things you are grateful for on this day. Think of 3 things you are grateful for. Maybe they're things you value in yourself. Maybe it's a family connection that felt genuine. This isn't about pretending everything went perfectly, but finding moments to appreciate yourself and your effort. And above all, remember that perfection is not the goal. As a self-care savage, we're here to show up authentically, even if it means things get a little messy. What matters is that you are respecting your self-worth, protecting your peace, and allowing space for self-compassion. Okay, so let's start wrapping this up. Today, we talked about setting boundaries, using mental exercises to stay calm, journaling to stay grounded, and healthy ways to respond to holiday triggers. The holidays are intense, no doubt about it. But remember, you are in control of how you show up and respond. You have the tools to protect your peace and maintain your self-worth. Okay, so let me leave y'all with this. Nothing will set you back like going to see family during the silly season. This is no time to back off. This is your Self-Care Savage Super Bowl. You got this. I love everybody. Thank you for listening, and I hope the Self-Care Savage podcast has helped you in some way to start your own Self-Care Savage journey. If you have any questions, suggestions, or just a comment on today's show, there is an email in the show notes.